and a published writer ready to assist with legacy letters and extra wishes to go alongside your healthcare directive. Contact us today to learn more at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
With your AM 950 weather, this is Adam. 41 and sunny today. Tonight, 27 for your low. And then for tomorrow, 61 under cloudy skies. Discover macarons like you've never tasted before at Nicolet's Macarons in Plymouth. Pick up a box of elegant French macarons conveniently located off Highway 169. Perfect for gifts, corporate events, or just for yourself. Stop in or order online at nicoletsmacarons.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglind, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It is another wonderful day here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today. I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. We have another great show for you today. I'm so excited about this. Jenna Rogers, Vice President of the Child Loss Foundation, is here to share how compassionate, community-based support can make a profound difference for parents navigating the loss of a child. Jenna's connection to this work is deeply personal after losing her son Noah to SIDS at just 11 months old in 2010. She experienced firsthand the healing power of connection through a child loss retreat at Faith's Lodge, now called the Child Loss Foundation. That experience inspired a career shift and a decade-long commitment to supporting other grieving families. The Child Loss Foundation, which is formerly known as Faith's Lodge, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to walking alongside parents who have experienced the death of a child. Through child loss retreats, financial assistance for funeral, medical, and therapy expenses, and workplace support for grieving parents and their team. In this conversation today, Jenna will discuss why grief support is essential to overall health and well-being, the importance of breaking the silence around child loss, and how the Child Loss Foundation serves as a vital resource for families in need of support and hope during their darkest moments. You will thoroughly enjoy listening to my conversation today with Jenna Rogers. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and of course, topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows, and we look forward to hearing from you. We are adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website, and we can also be found on your favorite streaming services, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many others. You can watch our broadcast on YouTube or watch it live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. If you have a question for us today, there's two ways to reach us. First, by calling the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer, Adam, will get your call on the air. Our phone number is 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205, or you can directly text us your questions at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry if you missed our contact numbers. I'll repeat them throughout the show. All right. I am very excited to welcome my guest for today's show, Jenna Rogers, Vice President of the Child Loss Foundation. Welcome to the show, Jenna.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. We had a chance to catch up for a few minutes before the show here, and I am just so fascinated when people, and I've had almost the majority, I would say, the vast majority of people on the show over the years have switched careers. They started one direction, and there's an inflection point, and all of a sudden they're doing something different. And it happens at kind of all walks of life.
Sure.
Yeah, I've had people that have had these amazing careers for years, maybe decades, and all of a sudden they're off on a different tangent, and it's great. They really found their sweet spot. So the audience loves to hear about backgrounds, and you kind of give us a little background about kind of how you switched gears here
Sure.
at a point in your career. Just maybe give us some thoughts on that.
Yeah. Well, I started my career at Target Corporation, actually. So I was in product development and sourcing, and loved that. I worked in that industry for several years, kind of transitioned into sales and marketing, and that's kind of always where I thought I would land when I went to school. Never did I really think I would work for a nonprofit, help run a nonprofit. It just wasn't it wasn't something I thought I would do. But as you said, life happens and changes things drastically, and your passions and your interests and the things that matter to you in life change. And so my husband and I were lucky enough to welcome our first son in 2009. His name's Noah. And I was again working in that marketing area at the time, and enjoying what I did tremendously, and just enjoying being a first-time mom. He was the light of our life and just brought so much joy to all of us and our family. But unfortunately, in 2010, just 11 months later, Noah passed away while he was at daycare. They said it was SIDS. There was no reason or cause for his death. He went down for a nap and unfortunately never woke up. And obviously that just crushed our whole life, our souls, our everything. I mean, that is a stop dead in your tracks moment of, is this real? Is this actually happening? Is this happening to us? And so as we were navigating that loss, that brought me to learn about what was then called Faith's Lodge. We had such wonderful friends and family to support us. And one of our friends had learned about Faith's Lodge as she was researching resources for us.
Okay.
And she said, there's this retreat center. It's in Danbury, Wisconsin. It's for parents that have lost a child. And they're actually having a SIDS retreat in a few weeks. And would you, and my husband's name is Scott, would you and Scott want to do something like that? And, when you have this massive tragedy, no matter how incredible your support system is, you need to be with other people who have understood that pain. Nobody else completely gets it except for the people that have gone through it. So we jumped at this opportunity to go somewhere and be with other grieving parents. So that was really the start of me learning about this organization. We went there, we met other families. We understood for the first time that we were not alone, that we could talk openly and freely and share how we were feeling, our experience, how awful we felt, but we also could laugh, we could smile, we could remember Noah and talk about him fondly. It felt like such a safe space to do all of this. And so our experience was just incredible. And I will always say, I don't know what our path would have been had we not learned about Faith's Lodge and not gone to that retreat. But I am so thankful that we did, because we left there knowing this place will always be a part of our life in some way, shape, or form. I did not know at the time I'd end up working for the organization, but we knew it was special, and we knew that it would remain a part of our story.
Yeah. Throughout the years, I've had so many people on the show who are representing all kinds of support groups,
Mhm.
experiences in life. And the common factor is everybody who's going through these human things thinks they're doing it alone.
Yep.
And it's just so I'm so intrigued by the fact that someone who like you in marketing who gets people,
Right.
human nature, and yet you still, when you are faced with something like that, you kind of feel like you're isolated.
Mhm.
You're alone. You're the only one going through it. And everyone says the same thing. I needed to get with people who really understood my situation, because otherwise you just can't be yourself. You can't be like vulnerable.
Right.
You can't. It's like I say, it's a safe space where you can laugh, you can cry, you can just lay it all out there. And
Absolutely.
I think that's so therapeutic.
It is.
And it's great to hear you having that experience. Not only for helping you and Scott through that, but
Mhm.
really changing your whole life.
Right. Right. So then I stayed connected with the organization, the team that works for the organization. We used to do different fundraiser events in memory of our son. And so we knew that we wanted some of those proceeds to go to Faith's Lodge and help support the organization. So we stayed connected that way for many years. And I then had the opportunity to join the board for Faith's Lodge. So I was really excited. I thought, like a lot of people, when you go through an experience like this, or just any sort of tragedy in your life, your ideals shift, and the things that you care about. What I was doing in my job, it didn't matter the same way that it once did.
Right.
Uh,
Let's do this. Let's pick up on that.
Okay.
On the next segment.
Okay,
All right.
great.
It's time for a short break, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Jenna Rogers, Vice President of the Child Loss Foundation. And she is here today to talk about how compassionate, community-based support can make a profound difference for parents navigating the loss of a child. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us, 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Hi, I'm Mary T. I'm a proud supporter of AM 950 because this station shares the values that I care about most: community, connection, and making a difference. Just like AM 950, I believe in using our energies, our resources, and our voices to lift up others. That's why I started the Mary T. Scholar Program at the University of Minnesota College of Education and Human Development, providing graduate students with internships internationally. For over the past 10 years, our students have served communities in Laos, Cambodia, Nepal, India, Cameroon, and Thailand, gaining experience and helping people in ways that really make a difference. Supporting AM 950 fosters conversation, awareness, and action in our communities. It's about shared values and believing that together we can make a difference. Visit marytinc.com to learn more about the work that we do.
It's no secret that medical care costs are soaring, with nursing home and skilled nursing care costs being some of the highest. You don't have to deplete your savings in order to receive long-term care. At Schroman Law, we work with families to develop and implement strategic planning for medical assistance for long-term care, for assisted living, nursing home care, or home-based care. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation at schromanlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
In today's uncertain times, Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces believes that a fire can add comfort and security to your life. At Woodland, our mission is to connect you to a place for fire that works.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces installed our wood stove years ago, and we still love it. Watching the fire, feeling the heat, is a joy we experience every day. And knowing we have a reliable heat source makes us feel snug and safe.
There are many choices in wood, gas, or electric. For diversity and styles, at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, we display over 180 models, and 35 of but these are burning displays. You can experience the glow and warmth of a live fire.
Whether wood, gas, or electric, find a fire that warms your heart, a fire that adds comfort and security to your life. See the many choices at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, located on the corner of East Franklin and Riverside Avenue in Minneapolis, and online at woodlandstoves.com.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces since 1977. For over 48 years, our slogan has been out of the ordinary products and services. Our mission is to get you a fireplace that works in your life.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? Do you really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. So avoid gimmicks and call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-3067 or arrayinsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
All right. You are welcome back. I am so grateful to have Jenna Rogers here. We were just talking off the air here, and she is an amazing person, having dealt with such a tragic event in her life. And I'm so excited to finish a conversation that we had off the air and on the air, telling us about what inspired you to. You actually had a great experience with Faith Lodge, which was the precursor here to the Child Loss Foundation. But yeah, tell us again, finish your story about how that inspired you then to then actually get involved and really shift your career to this area.
So about 6 years after Noah died and after attending a retreat at Faith's Lodge, I was starting to say that I had the opportunity to join the board and then learned that they were hiring. And I remember thinking, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to do. I had this tragedy, but I have the opportunity to help these families that have gone through similar situations to what my husband and I did. And I'm like, this can be a job. Like I can actually do this every day, make a living, and most importantly, something where I get to honor Noah in every single thing that I do every day. And so, and that's how I came to where I am. And so I started at what was then called Faith's Lodge. We merged with another organization, which I'm sure we'll get to just last year, the Belief Foundation. And so now we are known as the Child Loss Foundation. So you have to forgive me when I go back and forth with Faith's Lodge is still the retreat center.
Okay.
And so that name has not changed, but that was the name of our organization at the time. And now the Child Loss Foundation. So I have been there for just over 10 years now. And I'm truly grateful for what I get to do.
Yes. And honoring Noah over those 10 years by, again, helping other people get through the tragedy of losing a child. Well, there's so many questions that I'm sure I'll get here off the air, even for the listeners. But so the Faith's Lodge is in Wisconsin, Danbury, Wisconsin. And how was that started? How did that? What was the genesis of Faith's Lodge?
So Minneapolis couple, Mark and Susan Lasik, they had a stillborn daughter named Faith, hence the namesake for Faith's Lodge. And when they lost Faith, they really recognized, again, the need to be with parents who have gone through similar losses. And there wasn't a place, they wanted to go somewhere. They wanted to get away. They wanted to escape daily life for a little bit, and there wasn't a place for them to go that wasn't like a vacation. They wanted to be with people that understood. And so they recognized that need, and they created Faith's Lodge. So Faith's Lodge opened in 2007, and we have been serving grieving families year round ever since. So we host retreats almost every single weekend of the year. And they are The retreats are either for age-specific losses, pregnancy and stillbirth loss, infant, toddler, all the way up through older child loss. And we also have cause of death related retreats, such as suicide or overdose, homicide. So we have a lot of different types of retreats, so that somebody can always find the right one for them.
Right. I didn't realize it was year round. I
Yeah.
thought it was like episodic or periodic, or just it would be certain times of the year. But wow, okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we host about 40 retreats a year.
Wow, that's incredible. And for people, is that something that they register for? I mean, what is it for
Yes.
people that are going, oh my goodness, I could use it, or I know someone who would use that.
Right.
What is the process?
Right. So online on our website, childlossfoundation.org, we have a whole page for child loss retreats on there, and you will find all the different types of retreats that we have, and all the different dates for those retreats. And you'll learn a little bit about what goes on at retreats, but people can register directly online. And so the grieving parents that would come, and we also offer mothers or fathers retreats, so you can come as just a mother or a father as well. But they would go online and register. And if you were somebody who knows somebody who lost a child, you could simply share that information with them. We have people that buy gift certificates for families. And so we do charge a very nominal fee, which I'm guessing might be your next question, is how much does it
That's
cost?
what my listeners will do. Right.
We charge $500 for a weekend for a retreat for a family. And that would include your lodging, all of your meals. We do yoga, mindfulness sessions, massage. We have grief therapy sessions, both as a group and one-on-one. We have a chef experience. There's a lot that parents can do while they're there, but it's all optional, so they can opt in or opt out of anything. But what's important to note is that we never turn anyone away for financial reasons. So hence the need for funding.
Right.
And what we fundraise for is so that if a family cannot afford to come, we will simply cover the cost for them.
And do you have how many people can you have for a weekend?
We have 8 private guest suites, so we
Okay.
can host up to 8 couples or 8
That's a
families.
beautiful building that you have there.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's a 12,000 square foot lodge on 72 acres. So we have,
Wow.
and it's really in the middle of the north woods of Wisconsin. So it's beautiful. It's serene. There's really nothing around it. So it's a perfect, peaceful escape.
Yeah, I can see the mountains in the background there. Or,
Yeah, well, that actually, what you're looking at on our
That's
website
Utah. That's the
is in
Utah
Utah.
location.
So we usually once a year now we are trying to hold offsite retreats at a different location. So 99% of our retreats happen at Faith's Lodge, at the lodge in Danbury, Wisconsin. But we will be offering in April a couple retreats right outside of Park City. So we'll partner with other organizations where we can offer a retreat elsewhere in the country, so that if it's a burden for you to travel to Minneapolis, which is the closest airport,
Yeah.
and drive, you have the opportunity to attend somewhere else.
Wow. I like it that it's limited to 8, just so that you have a chance to get to know each other. And
Right.
just, these conferences that sometimes try to do things for all people, and it's just way too much.
Right.
There's too many people. It's you get kind of lost in the crowd in a sense.
Right.
And that's really nice.
It allows for, we found it's really the sweet spot. It allows for true connections to happen and for you to really get to know everybody.
Yeah.
And their stories.
Yeah. Wow. Fantastic. Yeah. So if people are interested, I just want to make sure we quickly before the next break here, they should go to childlossfoundation.org.
Correct.
Childlossfoundation.org. So you can follow along as Jenna talks about the rest of the program, about the organization. And if you have any questions, just give us a call. It's time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Jenna Rogers, Vice President of the Child Loss Foundation. And she's here talking about how compassionate, community-based support can make a huge difference for parents navigating the loss of a child. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
There really is no place like home. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Home Health. When you're faced with an illness or an injury, being able to stay at home and receive care is important. Our home health offers a wide range of services, including skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapies, aides, homemakers, in-home respite care, and 24/7 live-in care. We'll work closely with your primary care provider to come up with an individualized plan for you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Winter reading, losing yourself under a blanket with the fireplace blazing away while submerging yourself in a book and trying to finish just one more page? Winter nights are the perfect time to read, and that's where Next Chapter Booksellers can help. They're independently owned and have all the bestsellers and new releases. Not sure what to get? Their friendly booksellers are great at recommendations. That's your winter reading headquarters. Next Chapter Booksellers off Snelling and Grand. More at nextchapterbooksellers.com.
What if I told you that toxic pesticides from crop seeds and lawns have spread all over Minnesota's lands and water, devastating wildlife and posing risks to our health? Well, it's true. But a coalition of Minnesota farmers, community members, anglers, and more are taking action to protect our state from neurotoxic pesticides. To learn more and get involved, visit cleanerseed.org. That's cleanerseed.org. And tune to Food Freedom Radio.
Are you tired of hearing how white European men discovered everything? Then 10,000 Things Theater's production of Men on Boats by Jacqueline Backhouse is for you. It features a cast of the people the first expedition to the Grand Canyon in 1869 left out, running February 19th through March 15th at 4 different locations, starting with Open Book in Minneapolis. Contact 10,000things.org. That's 10,000things.org.
Hi, this is Frank Brown of Minuteman Press Uptown with a question for our listeners. How important are business values to you? When you need high-quality digital print, it matters who you work with. You see, Minuteman Uptown is unique. We're one of the only union print shops in Minnesota, providing our team with living wages and benefits. We believe in second chances for justice-impacted individuals who want to contribute to the community, and we are active in local issues. We've been in the streets standing up for racial, social, and economic justice. At Minuteman Uptown, our mission is to connect all communities through technology-driven print solutions. An example of that mission is when I moved Minuteman Uptown to North Minneapolis. We're invested in this local community, and we help small businesses and local organizations throughout the Twin Cities reach their audiences. Reach out to Minuteman Uptown and partner with a printer that shares your values. Call us today at 612-870-0777 or visit us at mpuptown.com. That's mpuptown.com.
With your AM 950 weather, this is Adam. 41 and sunny today, tonight 27, and tomorrow 61 under cloudy skies. Dinosaur World is taking over Children's Theater Company for an immersive tour where you can feel the roar and even smell their stinky breath. Get ready to face off against a massive T-Rex and see what it feels like to get sneezed on by a Triceratops at Dinosaur World. Dinosaur World runs through April 5th. You can find tickets and more info at childrenstheater.org.
ATNF AM 950, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Saturday.
All right. Welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Jenna Rogers, Vice President of the Child Loss Foundation, and she's here talking about how compassionate, community-based support can make a profound difference for parents navigating the loss of a child. Before we return to our conversation with Jenna, I want to mention this radio show is brought to you in part each week by Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with comprehensive end-of-life health care. The team at Minnesota Hospice provides patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life health care services. You may not be aware that hospice brings compassionate, medical, social, emotional, and spiritual services to your home with typically no cost to you or your family. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you and your loved ones. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the compassionate team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They are available to answer your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by a registered nurse. Their phone number is 952-898-1022. Once again, 952-898-1022, or visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. All right, let's return to our conversation with Jenna Rogers. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Jenna, how can our listeners contact your organization if they have questions or want more information?
Sure. Our email is info@childlossfoundation.org. As I said before, simply going to our website, there's, all the contact information as well at childlossfoundation.org. Phone number 612-825-2073.
All right, fantastic. And I would really encourage people to just check it out. If it's not for themselves, even for people that are in their life.
Right.
Just to make aware, just like what happened to you.
Right.
Someone turned you on to
Absolutely.
this. And again, when you're in the middle of grief and suffering and struggle,
Mhm.
sometimes you don't even know where to turn.
Right. And it is usually the family or the friends that are finding out about, they're looking for resources like my situation and coming across our organization and sharing that with the person that they know.
That is one of the things I was thinking, and I've learned over the years, is that people don't know what even to say. They
Right.
don't know what to do. They feel uncomfortable. They feel the pain that you feel, but they just don't know how to articulate it. Which again, that's why it's so amazing of the work that you guys do, and how people can just say, "Hey, I just ran across this. I heard about this on the radio.
Right.
Maybe you'd be interested in just checking that out." And I
Right.
love the idea of giving a gift certificate, to help support someone who is in this situation.
Right.
And but let's talk more about it. We're time is flying by here.
It is.
What are the services that your organization provides to the people that you're helping support?
Sure. So we really have three programs under the Child Loss Foundation. We talked a lot already about the retreats that happen at Faith's Lodge. The second program, so that's one program, the Child Loss Retreats. Second program is the Child Loss Believe Fund, and that was the partner organization that we merged with the Believe Foundation, now called the Believe Fund, and that it provides financial assistance for grieving families in the state of Minnesota. So as you can imagine, when a child dies, there are any number of different expenses. If it's medical bills, ambulance, if funeral, a funeral is so expensive, it's absolutely insane. Burial, headstones. There's so many unforeseen costs that typically you're not planning for, and don't have the means to cover and pay for, yet it's your child and you want to do offer the best that you can. And so where we come in is we help provide financial assistance for any one of those things, or whatever your greatest pain point is. I mean, maybe your family wants to do start grief therapy. If it's other bills that you're struggling to pay, whatever it is that's related to the burden that the grief has put on your family, we come in and we will help pay for some of those expenses to just provide a little bit of financial relief for you.
And it's interesting. Companies are really good about giving people time off, but sometimes I know that the typical thing is like 3 days you get
right.
No, I mean, we laugh.
Yeah.
We know how inconsequential that is.
Right.
But it's the reality is that this knocks you off.
Right.
And there's so many questions. I think I have some coming in here saying, how do couples navigate this without losing themselves?
Right.
Losing their marriage. I mean, it's one of the highest rates of I think divorce that happens.
It is. Mm-hmm.
When you have a child that unfortunately passes away.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that's the importance of finding these resources and these organizations that can help, because you learn so much through them that you grieve so differently, right? My husband and I grieved so differently. And and in order to honestly, you have to go through it. Like, you have to go through the pain and the darkness. You have to go through it. There's no quick fix. There isn't. It's finding what helps you, and what helped us, and what's helping so many other families that we serve is that connection, is the ability to be with other people that have gone through similar circumstances, is this financial assistance to be able to relieve a little bit of this burden that they have. And then the third program we offer is child loss at work, which we partner with employers, because, as you said, uh, there might be a loss at someone's company, and they do not know what to do. Employers are not equipped to handle that, and nor is the team. And so we come in, and the services that we offer really help prepare the employer and the team and that employee that's going back to work. What do you want? Do you want to talk about it? Do you not want to talk about it? And helping them through navigating things like, what does returning to work look like for you? What does that time frame look like? And making sure the employer is really providing them with all the information they might need to know. If you're able to take more than 3 to 5 days, is it paid or is it not paid?
Right.
And just level setting the expectations of what this grieving employee is really going to be capable to do when they return to work. Because we know that after 3 months, a grieving parent is only at about 30% brain capacity to be able to handle like their work, their job.
Right.
And so, as an employer, it'd be really helpful for you to know that,
That's
so that
true.
you can have the expectations when they come back that they're not just going to dive right back in and be the employee they were before they lost their child.
Yeah. It's almost like a light duty return to work where you just kind of ease a person back in.
Right.
And I think it's important to have something to look forward to do, not
Right.
just sit around and
Right.
ruminate.
Right.
It's good to get kind of back into things, but you're right, having that expectation that there's going to be bad days, there's going to be tough times.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Wow.
So those are the 3 programs that the Child Loss Foundation has. But we partner with so many other organizations too, that we have families contact us looking for other resources and support. And the beauty is that we can usually help find those for people. So if there's something that we don't offer that they need, we can still be a source of support for them.
For the employers, I think that's so important because everybody's working, 2-income households, and it's just you don't get a chance to just step off.
Right.
You just, the bills got to be paid, the mortgage, the car payments.
Right.
Other children, there's so much going on.
Right.
So when you offer that to an employer, is there a fee associated with that?
Mhm.
And what would that look like? Because I know I got a lot of healthcare organizations that listen to the show.
Yeah. So we like companies to sign up in advance and enroll with. It's a benefit essentially,
Right.
but different than a typical health benefit, where there's no cost to the employer to enroll and say that we offer this benefit to our employees. You only pay if you need it.
Got it.
So if there is a loss. But just so any employers that might be listening know,
Right.
about 1 in 1,000 employees each year would lose a child. That's statistically what we know. And so it happens more than
Yes.
people think. And so being able to say, we are a company that cares about our employees, and we don't want to talk about child loss, but if this were something that would happen in our organization, we will come in and we will help you and we will support you. So companies would only pay if they use it, and it's about $2,500, and an additional fee to help send that family to a retreat at Faith's Lodge as well. But
Right.
it's pretty nominal in the grand scheme of what
Well,
they're getting.
When you're trying to have, again, and great employees are hard to find.
Mhm.
And you want to take care of them. You
Right.
want them.
Retention. Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it's I think that there's so many great organizations that we partner with on all kinds of things, and they want to do what's right. They want to do the best thing because they want that person to receive the care that they need.
Right.
And just like in hospice, you want to make sure people have the tools the information, the compassion, the people around you.
Right.
And I think that would be just a huge relief for both the employee
Mm-hmm.
who is navigating this amazing tragedy,
Right.
and the employer not knowing, well, how can we support you?
Right.
And what a great way to do that. That's a great bridge. I didn't realize you guys offered
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. We've got a minute left here. So if people, again, have questions, I want to make
Mhm.
sure people know how to find this, is to go to childlossfoundation.org. There you've got a beautiful website full of information, and they just need to reach out to you guys. And I want to encourage, again, people that aren't not going through this, but they know of somebody. This is just a great resource to share, and also, again, let that employer know, because employers, I mean, this, as we talked about off the air, grief is the one thing that nobody wants to talk about.
Right. Right.
And we're all going to experience it in some form or fashion.
Right. It's so uncomfortable for
throughout
people.
our life.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And so how many people are in your organization?
We have about 12, 15 people now. Yeah.
Wow. You guys have grown.
Yeah, we have. When I started, there was like 3 of us, 4 of us. So we have grown tremendously, and it's great. Grown in services and employees.
Yeah, right. Wow. And you're wearing a lot of hats. I mean, I know that.
It's very true.
I know that situation when you're starting out and going 3 to 15. So, well, fantastic. All right. The music is cueing us out here.
Yes, I hear it.
I know. It's time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Jenna Rogers, Vice President of the Child Loss Foundation. And she's here talking about how compassionate, community-based support can make a profound difference for parents who are navigating the loss of a child. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Are barriers in your home making everyday life harder? Every step, every doorway, every slippery surface can be a risk, and waiting can be dangerous. Rebuilding Together Minnesota's Safe at Home program provides home safety repairs and mobility modifications at no cost to low-income homeowners, helping people with disabilities live safely, independently, and with dignity. They install mobility supports, fall prevention equipment, and aging-in-place modifications, grab bars, ramps, railings, slip grips, even exterior stair, porch, and deck replacements. They also provide fire safety upgrades, including smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Applications are open through March 31st, 2026. A short window, and once it closes, you'll have to wait until next year. Don't wait for an accident or injury to force change. Let your neighbors help you live safely at home. Apply today at rtmn.org and select Apply for Help, or call 651-776-4273. Safe at Home. Safety, independence, and dignity for every Minnesotan.
Families, get ready for Dinosaur World Live, a thrilling interactive show at Children's Theater Company March 3rd through April 5th. This hit show is the perfect blend of science, storytelling, and spectacular live theater. These remarkably lifelike dinosaurs move, they roar, and yes, the mighty T-Rex towers before your eyes. This is edge-of-your-seat excitement, followed by the chance to meet a dinosaur up close. Dinosaur World Live opens March 3rd. Tickets at childrenstheater.org.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. The end of winter is finally on the horizon, and you're going to start thinking about all that nasty crud that's built up in your home over these last few months. Call my cleaning heroes at Zero Res to help get you an early start on the spring cleanup. Zero Res removes winter's buildup and lingering odors, giving your home a fresh, spring-ready feel. This month, get Zero Resified from Minnesota's #1 carpet cleaner. Buy one room, get another free. Buy another room of carpet cleaning, get another room of carpet done for free. Get the picture? Also this month, get a free size upgrade on every whole home air duct cleaning package. Don't you love when you buy your favorite beverage and get a free size upgrade? That's what Zero Res is doing this month with their whole home air duct cleaning package. Start spring cleaning with a free upgrade and pay less for more fresh. Call Zero Res right now, 952-ZERO-RES, or go online to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Backward or forward, spells the same. Zero Res.
Greg Bakken here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is a very special person, Jenna Rogers, Vice President of the Child Loss Foundation. And she's here talking about how compassionate, community-based support can make a profound difference for parents navigating the loss of a child. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Jenna, how can our listeners contact you if they have questions or want more information?
Sure. Our website is childlossfoundation.org. You can pretty much find out most things about the Child Loss Foundation on our website. But if you wanted to speak with me or a member of our team directly, you could email us at info@childlossfoundation.org.
Okay, fantastic. I want to make sure that before the show gets away from us here, that you guys are a 501c.
Yes.
You donations are critical for
Yes.
helping you guys deliver this amazing support. And we need people to navigate through this and not let it take over their life.
Right.
And boy, all the things you've talked to me about on the air and off the air, I wish people could have access to our off the air conversations, because I mean, there's so much to talk about. But this is just really, really important. And it's just fascinating to me that you guys are the only ones in the country that have a retreat, right?
Right. That have a dedicated retreat
retreat,
center where we're offering retreats year round. Yes.
Wow,
Mhm.
that just isn't that out of 330 million people,
Right. Right.
and one out of 1,000 is going to experience this at any given time, and there's one place.
Right. Right.
I'm just so grateful for you guys.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
for the vision that people had, 20 years ago,
Right.
to start this process.
Right.
Oh, that's great. Let's talk about. I'm sure there's so many questions that people have. What are some of the frequently asked questions that people have? What are some of the concerns or fears people have, kind of looking at this as a way to help support them?
Sure. I think, from a grieving parent standpoint, if they're learning about the Child Loss Foundation and the different services that we offer, a lot of the questions that we get are surrounding our retreats. And, when should they come? When's the right time? Should they come right away after a loss or years later? And the answer to that question is truly what feels right to you. We have families that come. I mean, my husband and I went to Faith's Lodge weeks after we lost Noah, and some people come years later. I would say typically it's around, maybe 6 months or so later, but there is no right or wrong answer to that. It's truly whatever feels right for you. The other misconception, I think, well, a few about the retreats, is that we're faith-based because of our name, and we're not. So there is nothing religious about our retreats. And also, I think there's this fear that people will have to sit around and talk about sad stories about children dying, and that sounds terrible to them, right?
Right.
But truly, it is such a magical experience. Like, what happens in that building of bringing these people together, that what we hear quite commonly is that they stay connected for years later, and these become lifelong friends because they went through something so
Shared
special
experience.
together, right? The shared experience, exactly. And there's a lot of questions regarding financial assistance. I would say right now we're only providing financial assistance in the state of Minnesota. And And I think there's also a misconception that people would need to be of a certain financial, maybe a lower income family to be able to receive funding from us. And that's absolutely not true. We do not ask for any sort of no salary requirements, no proof of needing these funds. We know that no matter how much money you might make, the loss of a child puts a great financial strain and burden on a family. And so we are here to help regardless of your income status.
One of the things that I've heard from people attending, and I hear this because Minnesota Hospice provides grief support and group meetings, and people are just reluctant to maybe share their story.
Right.
Do I have to talk? Do I have to say anything? And,
right.
And there's no obligation.
No.
To share your story.
No, and you know what, Ken? We've heard people have come and really not spoken or shared until the final day. And our staff will say, oh gosh, I wish they would have shared earlier. I wish they would have, maybe gotten that full benefit, but they'll leave saying, I got what I needed to out of that. I didn't think I was going to share it all. I just wanted to listen. But I finally felt comfortable to open up and share my story. And that was the healing moment that they needed.
Just a couple more minutes left here. Do people have concerns? You mentioned earlier that you have it for mothers, you have it for fathers. I mean, you don't have to bring somebody with necessarily.
No, correct.
Okay.
Even a couple's week, even a parent's weekend, it could just be a mother or a father. Correct.
No, that was a question I'm going to get here. Well, if it's couples, do I need to have someone?
No, absolutely not.
It's just whatever the availability is for the lodge.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And we got to talk about events. We got a minute and a half here.
Okay.
You got a year of events coming up here.
Yes.
The spring and the fall. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So we are almost wholly funded on individual contributions. So our 2 events that we have throughout the year are really important to the success of our organization and really is what allows us to be able to help and serve the families that we do. So we have 2 events. We have one coming up May 30th. It is the Walk for Child Loss. That is a family-friendly event. It takes place at East Medicine Lake Park in Plymouth. However, people can walk from wherever they are. They do not need to come in person. And details about that will be on our website as well. And then we have our gala, under the Northern Lights Gala. That's our biggest fundraising event of the year, and just a really beautiful evening to honor children that have gone too soon and raise funds for the Child Loss Foundation. And that is on Saturday, October 10th at International Market Square.
Okay, in Minneapolis there.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Wow. There's just so much more to talk about. I know I'm going to get a lot of questions after the show on this one. We'll have to have you back if you're interested.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to.
This was great information, and so thankful for you to be here today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, I want to thank Jenna Rogers, Vice President of the Child Loss Foundation, for being here today to share how compassionate, community-based support can make a profound difference for parents navigating the loss of a child. Jenna, how can people get a hold of your organization if they have questions or want to make a donation? What's the best way to do that?
Sure. Our website is childlossfoundation.org. There's a giant donate button on the top. You can feel free to hit that. You can also email us with more questions at info@childlossfoundation.org.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show, folks. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can reach us anytime by voice or text at 612-999-3426. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast. And thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, choose to live well.
Hi, I'm Mary T. Caring for others runs deep in my family. My grandmother, Rosa, was a nurse who cared for people in their home.